Okay, I guess I'm live. Am I live? Hey, Silly Willy. Hope I can hear cars going around. I hope I'm live. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that I am, and I'm going to go play. Let's start the timer right off the bat. Hey, Armand. Hey, Avenged Tones. Avenged 7 Tones. Maddie, hi. I'm going to go, well, while that's happening, I'm going to go here. Here we are, yeah. And I think, do I want to be on that side or the other side? I think if I'm looking that way, I think it'll be okay. Anyway. Hey, Ben. So I'm going to start off just with the easy version. No red in it. One blue in it. And we're going to throw the yellow. Okay, we know yellow somewhere. And we know blue somewhere. Hey James, how's it going? So green is not in it. I'm going to say that I guessed right with the yellow. And we're going to do this one. Let's throw in the pink. Nope, okay. And pink's not in either, so we know that the blue one was right. Let's try the yellow one there. Now let's stick in the white. Okay, which one though? Let's just say that one arbitrarily. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to toss it in the black. Hey, what do you know? I won. Hey. Okay, well, I have to go back and get another one here. I think I'll do, after this, I'll do one where I can allow for duplicates. And then sooner or later I'll go on to tapping on stuff and crinkling bags and the like. No red. A blue, okay. It's testing for yellow. No yellow, but blue's in the wrong spot, so let's move it. And we'll try green. See, I got a comment, a couple of long comments. Wow, okay, MSE. Man, that's fantastic stuff, man. Thank you for the narrative there. Holy mackerel, okay. Which green am I going to pick? I guess I'll just pick that one. And I guess we'll just toss in pink and see what happens. No pink. And I didn't pick the correct green either. So now let's put in the white. Okay, I still haven't picked it. So let's put the blue in. Put the green in the last place to try. Let's move the white in where the green was. Now let's try black. Well, you know, we got it. And here we go. Chat GPT. Okay, well, whatever. It was fun. Hey, so Stabby. Glad to have you around, man. What is beyond the observable universe? I don't know. I'm going to say the unobservable universe. How's that for us? One of those answers like, what the hell does that mean? Hey, blue's in it. I'll introduce yellow. No, yellow and blue is not correct. Let's move it and throw in green. Green's not in and blue's still not correct. So let's move the blue and throw in the pink. Okay, well, blue has only one place left to go, that's that. The pink only has one place left to try, that's that. And let's see, I guess white. Hey, what do you know? I'll say this one, this one, this one. Let's throw in the black one. Nope, okay. Oh, sorry, that way. Now, pink and blue, this should be the end of that. Yay, I win. The multiverse, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, how many people are on here? Before you see, you shouldn't mention the timer because I'll have to forget about it. What am I at over here? There's 17 viewers. Yeah, I'll give it a couple more minutes. And we'll just kick off the timer. Man. MSC, I think you should start your own little channel, and you could do that. Just narrate, that kind of stuff. Man, my mouth is dry tonight. Also, really didn't brush my beard or my hair. I'm looking pretty worse for wear, I think. So, not blue, but red this time. Hey, what do you know? Okay. Red's there. Yellow's there, let's say. Try the greens there. Nope. Red's fine, but now let's move yellow. And we'll toss in pink. Okay, I'm going to say the left-hand pink, just because. Oh, I just thought of a thing that, oh, it's over there. Okay, yeah, later I gotta. Alright, so white's not it, but I did guess the right thing for pink. And there we go, we won again. Yeah, I'm going to go do Mr. Beast. Funny. Okay, I'm going to stick with 4, but we'll allow for duplicates. Which, oops, why did I kick that one? I want to click that one. There we go. Pay attention to what you're doing, Bill. Okay. 1 red is in there. Okay, 1 red and 1 blue. Blue, we don't know where it goes yet, but red we know needs to move. Let's throw in yellow. Okay, neither one of these were correct. So let's just move the red one, and let's alter the blue one there, put him there. Yellow's not in it, so let's try green. Okay, green's in it. I'm going to say that it's green there, that it's blue there, that it's red there, and let's throw in pink. Okay, no, but it was green, blue, and red are all right. Like that, and then now I'm going to try white. Nope, still not that one, so let's do black, I guess, this time. Hey, what do you know? We won. What do I got here? Hey, Lunaria. Good name. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Hey, Moonlight. Nice to have you drop by. How many people does that make us now? I think it puts us over 20. It does. All right. I know a lot of you are going to be dreading this. I need to go to here. There we go. And there it goes. All right. Oops, I'm going to go back to here. Do that. Okay, where am I at with the comments? Do I ever take naps? I take naps all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but frequently. I frequently take naps. Wow. Well, go to your senior prom, man. What are you even stopping here for? Have a good time, man. Fantastic. I hope you have a really good time. Anyways, let's go do another one of these, I guess. And we'll just start with the red. No reds. I feel like I'm not getting into this mic very much yet. I'll stick in the blue. Oopsie daisy. Okay, one blue. Let's toss in the yellow. Nope, no yellow, and we still haven't found the spot for blue. Wow, okay, so we have two greens. Which two greens is it, though? I'm going to say it's that one and that one. And we'll try pink. Nope, but I did guess good on the greens. And yeah, I won again. Okay, we got some more. Legs are numb. You gotta kind of wiggle around a little bit. Do it so you don't wake them up. Oh, I'm sorry you can't sleep, Moonlight. Well, maybe you can relax with us for a little bit, and before you know it, maybe you'll just fall asleep. I'll try to have no big loud bangs. Hey, Catmanda, or Kate Manda. I don't know why I always screw that up. Anyway, it's good to see you here. All right. Let's go back to here. Yeah, I'll do one more like this, and then I'll switch to 2 and 6. Okay. Blue. Okay, 2 blues. I don't know which 2. Let's just pick those. Man, I'm starting to think that having duplicates makes it easier. Okay, there's only one pink. So I have a pink. I'll try the white. Picked the wrong pink, so let's put the blues in where they go. Pick a different spot for the other side there for pink. Let's throw in the black. Nope. All right, going. Let's go purple and then pink. Right? Hey, where we go? Okay, what do we have here? That's funny, Emissy. Globalization. Tree grow or a Negro? What? Yikes. All right, let's try this. Let's take off the duplicates. I keep wanting to go down to the bottom to say. Okay, blue is in it. So let's introduce yellow. Hey, what do you know? Guess it's the right spot for blue right off the bat. Now we're going to be doing green. Okay, now which green is it? All right. Well, we haven't found the right green one yet. I'm not sure which pink it is now either, but let's go ahead and throw in the white. Okay. It could be either pink or green. That's correct. I'm going to just guess pink is correct, but you know, it's just a guess. And I have to pick one of the whites. I'll pick that one. And just doing this while I'm figuring out which things go where. All right, so this one and the pink one. Okay, I can move the green one over still. Have one of the pink one. That one go there. That would go with this line here. And I guess black then has to go here with purple there. Let's see how that goes. All right, which ones do I have messed up? Which two look like they could switch? I think it seems like I'm missing some commentary again. Yeah, I agree with you, Nasal Penny. Oh man, Brian. Let's see where I've goofed my thing here. So there I'm saying that it's the white one. And then I ended up having man, Moonlight with the cat and Brian with the dogs. 29 people, yeah, wow, that's getting up there, isn't it? Man, I think I've got myself, I'm overlooking it clearly. So it's saying that it's that pink wait a minute. And now that does that. No, I didn't hear that Jack in the Box was closing hundreds of locations, but I don't know that that's anything that would have caught my attention for news-wise. So Right. That's funny, JJ. Oh man, okay, so my brain is not seeing it, and what's going on here? So I thought it was those three, and then I moved the green. So if I flip these around, wait, could I? Wait a minute, I forget this doesn't work like the other one. Green like that and white like that. Is it that simple? Nope, I made it worse. Yikes. Alright, so clearly I'm not seeing. Oops, nope, I want that to go there. Now, wait, what do I want here? Yeah, and then put white back to there. Blue. And oh no. I don't know why there are so many Brians, but yeah, who knows? Oh, excuse me. So this one has one. This one doesn't have. I think I needed those to be like that, right? Can't switch those because that screwed that up. I don't see which ones I flip here. Maybe the black and the green. No, that doesn't work because that gives me pink. Black. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it does. If I put black here, and I put green here, does that work? So I got the blue, I got the blue. I got the blue and the green and the pink. So I got blue, green. Nope, green can't go here because of this line. Okay. Alright, so let me put those back. What am I overlooking here? I feel like it's got to be like right in front of my face, not being able to see it. So, okay, this one looks wrong. Those are all white. Only have one. Okay, this row needs somebody moved. I'd tried this already, but I guess maybe I haven't. Okay, wow. Interesting. Thought I'd already kind of ruled that out for some reason, but I guess I didn't. What's this now? What have I got going on here? Hey Dylan, how's it going, man? I'm playing a new Mastermind thing because Codebreaker doesn't work anymore. At least for me, it doesn't work anymore. So I found this one and I've been using it. I like it because it has more options. Like you'll notice I have 6 spots to check now. But if I go, I can have either 4, 6, or 8. And I can also allow for duplicates. So West Side Gun, or I don't know, West Side Gun. And I tend not to read stuff unless it's in the public domain. I mean, it's not 100%, but yeah, I'm doing fine, Dylan. Thanks for asking. How about yourself? Anyway, so let's go play. You know, I'd already done some of these. Let's do another 6. And we'll just do as I usually do, just starting with a single color. Nada. Okay, so I got 1 blue. Okay, we know that blue's not in the correct spot yet. So we'll do that, and then I'll add green. And then check, okay, what do we have here for comments? New Skyrim. Yeah, let's see. So, I've been trying to do a bunch of yard work in the front. Trying to be careful because, you know, I have issues with my back. So, which one of these am I going to pick? I'm going to say it was this one here. So I have to be careful, you know, which projects I decide to do and that kind of thing. So I'll just move yellow 1. But I ended up doing probably more than I should have because my back's been giving me a little bit of grief, but not horribly so. But, you know, making a lot of progress, so that's good. I'm hoping to start planting stuff in, if you've seen the show and tell on gardening, I'm, you know, hopefully going to be planting stuff in that pit of garden that I've been talking about in that video soon, so... you know, I might play other games in this stream too. If I do, I don't know which one it'll be. Yeah, I suppose what I'd have to do is, what am I going to, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I might play some other things later. Oh, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to go to, let me move this over here. Because, how many people are there? That's 27, that's enough. And the timer's going anyway, so let's go back to here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on the be right back thing, and I'm going to come right back because I have an update of sorts on things. Okay, I'm back. And hang on, let me make sure that... Okay, yeah, it looks like everything's working okay. Anyway, so, drum roll please, or whatever. Yeah, drum roll. Okay, anyway, so, look at that, huh? I put the trucks and the wheels are on it now. They run pretty quiet, though. Yeah. Anyway, so I got, yeah, both sets of trucks, all 4 wheels. So, yeah, I'll maybe do a bit of tapping on it since I got it here. No, I'm not going to do any mind tests tonight. I'm going to keep mind test as its every other week thing for a while. Yeah, like that's all right, huh? Is the wheel noise any good? Doesn't make much noise. Grab my hair. Doesn't seem like it's making enough of anything to... Hey, Silvio. Well, I say hi to your cat. Thanks, Sir Stabby. Yeah, when I was a younger person, I was really quite into skateboarding. As any of you will know, this was my first decent deck, meaning the top part, the Fiberflex bit. Made by GNS. I don't know if you can make that out in the logo there. The part down here, that's, oops, that says GNS, or, well, Gordon and Smith, right? That's GNS. They made surfboards as their thing of, you know, biggest claim to fame. But there, sorry about that. I had to set it down. All right. Anyway, so that was a thing that happened recently. Yeah, that was a good thing. I had to go to when I bought those, because I almost again forgot to buy them, but I was talking about gardening stuff, right? So one of the trivial things that I had to do was go to a place to buy a line for the weed whacker. Anyway, so I was there at the store, and it was a hardware store, and I was like, oh hey, they have hardware. So anyway, so I got the stuff, so that was good. What do we have here? Hey, hi Fairbanks, holy mackerel. Massive off-road river wheels. Yeah, they are big and they're fairly soft. Yeah, so that's what else is. I am from California, KJ. I was born here and lived most of my life here. I was born in a place called Chula Vista, which is down near San Diego. It's also, well, San Diego's down near the Mexican border, right? But Chula Vista is closer to the border than San Diego. What else? I lived down there till I was about 2 or something like that. And we moved up here to the Bay Area, and I lived up here for a long time, then back to San Diego for a while, then back and forth like that. But yeah, mostly a California guy. You know, now that I don't feel like tapping on stuff just yet, so I'm going to go back to playing another game of Mastermind, or I still have one going there, don't I? So let me go back to that one. Here we go. Let's see what I got going on here. Oh, wow, JJ. Well, thanks for hootery. Mine test because I'm not a fan of Microsoft. I think they tend to make a lousy product. They have lousy customer service, and also I don't like their predatory business practices, so yeah. Hey, add ease or add as. Not trying to say that. Okay, anyway, what am I doing here? I'm losing my... So I guessed it was that. And moved those each one, and now I got 2 correct. So I'm going to say that I got the green one correct. Guess the pink one correct. Let's move the blue one. Let's move the yellow one. Now let's try out the white and see what we get. Nope. Do we even have the green correct? Do I know that for sure? No, I don't. Yeah, you should come to California. There's a lot of nice things out here. what you mean. Moonlight, they're frustratingly bad at times. At ease. Okay, I get it. There you go. I'd use Linux. I'm perfectly acceptable. I'm content with Linux. So I think Linux is more than a contender and actually is better. But, you know, that's my own personal. Yeah, hoverboard made by Tesla. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, I'm watching the chat and not paying attention to what I'm playing here. Okay, so was it this one? And then who then if it wasn't? And white doesn't make it because we're still just on 4 of them. So, you know, I'm going to do is I'm going to say the green one. I'm going to say it with another one of the pink ones over here. And I'm going to say blue goes here and yellow goes back that one. And now let's put in, I know we only have 2 left and I could just put them both in, but it's just easier for me to figure out positioning when I'm thinking about less colors if I can. And I don't think that's right because blue would have nowhere new to go to, would it? So I wonder, okay, it could be green. We could say black. Because yellow could be over here. Blue could be there. This pink could have been what was right. No, then I have to do this white somewhere, don't I? No, white wasn't in it, that's right. Okay, so then I'm looking for the purple here already. That's what it is, okay. No, holy mackerel. No, you don't have to necessarily. It depends on which flavor of Linux you're using, Moonlight. And different bits of Linux have different degrees of support. It's, you know, and it's all mostly, you know, community support. But I bought this computer from a place and then called System 76, and they're the ones that developed the flavor of Pop. That's a Ubuntu thing, but it's called Pop OS. So I ended up buying a machine like that so I could actually have customer support because I wanted to be able to use it for this and, you know, the idea of it eventually making me money. So, yeah. But yeah, you can get varying degrees of, you know, Linux with professional support or not. But even if you don't want to do, there's always ways of just loading one on where you don't have to do any compiling or anything like that. Where, you know, you can just get like well, all of them I think pretty much have installers now that function just like you would expect them to. Once upon a time, though, yeah, it was a pain in the butt in a lot of ways to get Linux up and going. But yeah, that's not so much anymore. Chill with Bill. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, IDs. All right, where am I at with this stinking puzzle? Thinking maybe I should pick a different game just because I keep losing my train of thought. Well, I did finally get that last one, didn't I? All right, where am I at now here? I've been saying green, but maybe green's not it, you know? Maybe it's, but have I done everything to exhaust that yet? let's try, well, let's just see if, let's stick them up here the way they are, and then I'll just see if I can fiddle about moving them around. So, yeah, kind of not difficulty-wise at ease. It's, what usually I do better than I'm doing tonight, largely just because I lost my whole train of thought, so I'm having to reestablish it every time. But yeah, it can be difficult. It's just essentially a logic game. Yeah, I wouldn't know about the differences that way. Do I say that? X-second? All right, so what am I going to say here? Green and blue, pink. Whereas purple could go any number of places. Purple. Oh yeah, no, it's more like Mastermind. Up. Go where the black is. Could it be that now the blue can't go? Well, a minute, unless. What am I missing? Wow, Silent Hill outside. Getting that kind of the scary movie vibes going on. Or frightening movie or horror movie or whatever. Yeah, when I used to use Microsoft products, I had similar experiences. And plus, I just like when I was still using Windows as an operating system, the way they would hijack it, don't turn off your computer and don't do, it's like, how about I get to pick when things happen to my computer? I'm convinced that all that's an entrainment sort of thing, so they can get to because their current mindset seems to be that you don't own the computer, that they own the computer, and because the reason you have a computer is to operate their operating system, so it's really their whole thing. But excuse me. Anyway, half tempted to just throw this game because I've so lost my train of thought and I keep... All right. I'm thinking that... So maybe it wasn't one of the pink ones down here. Maybe it was a different one. Instead of pink, could it have been? So if I moved like yellow to here, that would go to yellow. What if I make this pink, go back to this yellow? And then I switch black and purple like this. What? Nope, that made it worse. Okay, wait, where am I at? Yeah, it's exactly what it is, isn't it, Nasal Penny? And that's the thing that they use. It's all about licensing. You're not actually buying a product. You're buying a license to be able to use the product. And that just frustrates me no end. Oh, you know, I'm half tempted to just say, well, what is it? Because I only have 2 of them right now, so... well, is it that one still, and this one still maybe? And then I could put yellow back here. Then I'd have to put pink somewhere else, right? And doesn't seem like I should move both yellow and pink. That kind of needs to be what happens, isn't it? So what do I need to move still? Okay, let's make... Well, I'll try this. I'm not sure it's right. But yeah. Nope. Oh, I got extra turns. Wow, all right. And which ones did I say were right here? This one. And this one. All right, so maybe, where's this one here? So this. Maybe it's not that, maybe. Well, this is probably not it, but I'm just going to try it just because why not? Go to here. looking here. Yeah, oh well. Nope, I got an extra one still. As you can tell, I'm really enthused about finishing this game. All right. So let's say, I'm not even going to double check this, I'm just going to move these. And see where that goes. I lose. Okay, I'm not really sure I give a anymore. Let me see about contact comments and get back over here because I think I'm going to start with some. Where are we at here? Right. You know what I'm going to do now that I'm doing this here. Just because we haven't had it in a while, I'm going to get out my bag of crinkles. So what are we going to do today? Let's do a little bit with the italicized wrap. We got all kinds of bubble wrap. Let's start with the least crinkly. Actually, it's not crinkly at all, but for whatever reason, it makes sense for me to keep it together with this stuff. It's more rustly or whatever, but well, I'm sorry to hear about your allergies, Eddie. I'm lucky in that regard. I don't really suffer from allergies. Well, as a kid I did, but not so much as an adult. I guess, you kind of outgrow that kind of thing. Or, I don't know. Enough of that one. Let's do metallicized practice plastic snack bar wrapper. Yeah, it is a foam, Eddie's. I probably will, Hazel Penny, for the Sokoban. I just haven't, truthfully what it is, I just haven't picked one and done it. I mean, it's an easy enough thing for me to make, right? I have the software and all that stuff, and I like playing the game, so it's, truthfully I think what it is when it comes to game playing, most of my energy and thinking of it has been kind of tied up in mind tests just because it's such a popular thing. So, obviously want to take advantage of that while it is popular. But maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's the next thing, is to do like one Monday mind test, one Monday epic Sokoban, for a little bit of time anyway. Oopsie daisy. Hope that wasn't too loud. But yeah, I think a new Epic Sokoban is in order. I liked doing that. And I'll do a little bit of whispering over here. I'm doing the crinkling over there. Move the crinkling and move the whispering. And now we're going to be doing some whispering over here. Whispering over here while I do some crinkling over there. Crinkling over there. Doing some whispering over here. Doing some whispering over here while I do some crinkling over there. You know, that is a good idea. I don't know that I have any of the styrofoam ones around. But I've been tending to, you know, save bits of packing material. Stuff comes in if it's a little bit different from the ones I already have, just for doing this crinkle thing here. Which one is this? This is this, okay. This is the original crinkle bubble wrap bag that I started doing that. Yeah, I did experience ASMR as a child, James. I have had ASMR since I can remember. I cannot remember a time when I didn't experience ASMR. Until I found ASMR on YouTube, however, I was convinced that it was just, I was the only one. You know, I mean, I just figured it was a weird thing. And what if I played Sokoban while eating Cinnabon? Do some whispering over here, whispering over here, whispering over here while I do the crinkling over there. And now do some two different pouches of bubble wrap. Now I'll get a little bit of a big bag, and then I'm going to move to some jar material. Oop. Yes, I'll be bringing out that chunk of wood later. Actually, it'll probably be what comes after this. I'll probably go wood, brush, jar, something like that. Maybe I'll do a wood jar brush. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do a wood jar brush, I think. You know, I don't have a tuning fork. I should get one. I know that people quite like that. all back into my big bag of crinkling fun. Get a little drink of water. And it is time for the chunk of wood. We will do some tapping on the wood over there while I kind of soft speakly and half whisper over here. We'll talk over here, and I'll tap over there while I'm speaking over here. I'm tapping over there. I'm speaking over here while I'm tapping over there. Then we're going to switch it up a little bit. And I'll speak over here while I tap over there. Oh, let's see, I've got some comments now. Small objects in a jar. That could be good, because, like, I'm thinking of some really small things like sand. That might be interesting to think about. I'm going to have to get some jars, because I bought those for, well, kitchen purposes. But I probably should just buy a couple more for ASMR purposes. Anyway. Wow, it's quite a little spiel there for Panzer. An hourglass. I don't have an hourglass either. But yeah, that might be something I could... And I'm going to be switching out of my nails now here. See, it's a little bit sharper. Shorter attack chamber. Hey Nolan, thank you. I love you too. Thank you, Tim. And I think I'm going to switcheroo now. I'll do this kind of slowly though. So I'll kind of quietly speak and mumble while I slowly move the wood that way. I know another tapping thing that's very popular is this. It's a beard brush, right? I'm going to do a little beard brushing here too. Thank you, MSC. I appreciate your candor in such matters as this. Yeah, utilize the beard. got, looks like close to 50 on the little graph thing over there. Looks like it got up to about that high. You know, at ease, I don't really do role play, mostly because it just doesn't appeal to me to do. I have considered doing specifically that just because so many people have made the comment that it might be. I don't know. I think about it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Don't hold your breath, though, you know. You're more likely to get something like me doing weird stories. It's more likely what I would do. But I haven't really been doing that much of that either, have I? Although there is the ongoing saga of some number of bills. Which I was kind of hoping those would do more, you know, be more successful in their appeal, but I guess they're just a little too weird for most people. And I don't think anybody's made a comment that there was a thing that I thought was going to be very, very obvious, and nobody's commented on it, so apparently it wasn't obvious. That anyway, I'll leave it at that. Okay, let's now move to here. Let's do it this way. We'll have baby jar. I think we all get the idea, right? If this baby jar is here, mama jar can't be very far away, can she? So here comes mama jar. Oh, it's good to hear, Dylan. Which do you feel like you're going better at, either gaining strength or losing weight? My guess is gaining strength because, you know, muscle's way heavier than fat, right? So, but it's good to hear that it's going well for you, man. Okay, now we're going to do some of the, I like doing that. I'm going to do it with the handle of the paintbrush just because I liked that last time. Okay, I think what everybody really likes about, oh, hang on. And I'm going to speak into the jar while I tap on the bottom of the jar. I'm going to speak into the jar while I tap on it. I'm going to speak into the jar while I tap on it. Now I will speak into the jar while I tap onto the bottom of it. And I will speak into the jar while I tap on the bottom of it. And I will whisper into the jar while I tap on the bottom of it. And I will whisper into the jar while I tap onto the bottom of it. And I will whisper into the jar while I tap onto the bottom of it. And I'm sorry to hear about that, Eddie's. I wish they wouldn't do it except for, well, I don't know. Maybe I should just demonetize the live streams. I don't know. I'll think about it. And I'm whispering into the jar. Whispering into the jar while I tap onto the bottom of it. And I whisper into the jar. And then I talk into the jar. And I'm gonna whisper into the jar over here. And tap on the bottom of it. Whisper into the jar while I tap onto the bottom of it. And I speak into the jar while I tap onto the bottom of it. My day has been okay, Eddie's. I'm good to hear that, Nasal Penny. I mean, I suppose, YouTube deserves our money, right? To give us this platform, but I don't know, I just wish they'd not want to interrupt ASMR videos. Or for ASMR videos, go back to having the banner things that just scroll across the bottom kind of thing, Or I guess they didn't really scroll, did they? They sort of sat there. Alright, let's try to do some brushing and whispering kind of thing, because I like doing that one. do some soft speaking as I brush onto the microphone, kind of alternating it a little bit with whispering and soft speaking. And maybe even some close-up whispers as well, yeah. I will brush over here and whisper over here. And I will do some soft speaking as well. And then I will follow it with some whispering while I'm brushing on the very same microphone. And I'm brushing on the microphone and I'm doing some very close-up whispering. Excuse me. Whispering. Now I will whisper over here while I brush over there, and whisper over here while I brush over there, whispering over here while I brush over there. And I will whisper over here as I brush over there. And I whisper over here. I whisper over here. And brush over there. And I whisper over here while I'm brushing over there. And it looks like I missed a couple of comments. And I asked, thank you for the wish of tomorrow being better at ease. Oh, well, I never thought about the shortened science, the colorblind aspect of the, how the games play out. I'd never even considered that. I'm glad it's a better improvement. I think it's just a better choice anyway. Just because it, gives some variety. It's not, I don't know. Yeah, well, like this evening I got stumped, although I think part of that was I was just getting distracted too, but we always have an excuse, don't you, for when you don't do something right. Maybe that's what I should do, MSC. I think maybe I can. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't venture as much into the functionings of the YouTube backend as I should. But anyway, let's get back to speaking and brushing. And I will soft speak while I brush. And I will soft speak as I brush. And I will continue to soft speak as I continue to brush. And I will continue to speak softly as I continue to brush. And I continue to speak softly as I continue to brush. As I continue to speak softly as I continue to brush. And I'll even do a little bit of up-close whispering while I brush over there. I will whisper over here. And then now I'll brush over there while I'm whispering over here. Doing some up-close whispering over here while I brush over there. I try, but at ease it's sometimes it's an uphill battle, man. Yeah, well, I can certainly. I don't have to monetize the live streams at all. I can demonetize those. Um, Although I have to look into it though, because uh, well, 'cause part of the reason that I even started doing all this, in that as far as monetizing things, was in reaction to YouTube doing a policy change, where because it used to be that if you were the content creator and you didn't monetize the videos, that was it. There would be no ads. However, they changed their policy that even if you don't monetize your videos as a content creator, YouTube reserves the right to monetize the ads because it's their platform. And then I thought, well, if you're going to be showing ads on my material, then I need to get paid for that too. You know what I mean? Because that's just ridiculous. So that's kind of what started the thing. But so I think even if I don't monetize the live stream, I think YouTube can. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to have to look into that because if they're going to do it anyway, then I might as well get a piece of it. But if they're not going to, you know what I mean? So I need to look in to see exactly how much control I have. I've kind of just left all of the boxes in that part of the setup stuff kind of, just, what it is, default settings, I guess. But yeah, anyway. Brush on the mics. And brush on the mics. Maybe I should think about that. Doing that live streams over on Twitch. I haven't spent any time at Twitch, so I don't really know. I guess I'm going to have to invest some time and effort into seeing if that's something that I would, that would be useful to me. Oh wow, tonight went fast, didn't it? Seemed like it went by much faster than normal. Maybe it's just me getting older and time slipping away. On Spotify lately, I've been on a big sort of nostalgia jag, I guess. And so I was listening to some like 70s rock stuff. And the Fly Like an Eagle, the Steve Miller Band song. The time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Man, when I was a kid, that was like my favorite song for quite a while. So, brushing on the microphone. And I'm soft speaking while I'm brushing on the microphone. And I'm soft speaking while I'm brushing over on this microphone. Brushing on the microphone. Brushing on the microphone. And brushing on the microphone. And brushing on the microphone. Let's see what we have to pay attention to. You know, I wonder if what I could do is have that stream itself demonetized, but then just monetize the video replay of it. Because then I might be able, because when I do regular videos, I can make it so that they don't do mid-rolls, right? That they only do them at the beginning and the end. So I don't know, I'll have to look and see. I don't know. I am ignorant. Oh, that's cool, Fathom. Of painting, I don't know, maybe. I don't really, paint. I have this it's a craft brush more than a paintbrush. I've used it for painting glue on bunches of things. I've probably used it for some paint somewhere along the line. But I might consider making a painting video at some point. I don't know, maybe that's my true calling, right? So I should do, half the time I'll do painting videos and the other half mind test, right? Yeah, I don't really want the video to turn, or my channel to turn into, singular things like that. But I think I'm missing some comments here. I'm okay, sorry. Or is that Sorrel? Wow, Ryan, crazy. Let's see. Well, I'm glad I could give you any kind of relaxation, Ryan. I really, really appreciate that. That is super, super generous. And, well, I think everybody knows where I'm likely to spend that $20. So, anyway, we all know how this goes, right? We thank Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, very much for your generosity. It's very cool. And hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. And I'm going to try doing it this way. And the crowd goes, so there's the new crowd noise. What do I do with my water here? Yeah, I don't know. Clearly, I need to do more looking up the stuff of the, the YouTube policies and how that stuff can go for all of that. I think I am. Man, we'll see. As we brush the microphone. And I speak softly. And we're down inside of 10 minutes, so if anybody's got any burning questions, or does anybody have any announcements for Dylan, if you're still here, what's going on with your podcast? Do you have anything you want everybody to be notified of? Or anybody else for that matter, if you have anything on your own channels that you want me to give a shout out to, or say, for people to notice what you're doing, I'm more than happy to do that. And again, if you just have some silly question you want to ask me, and you've got 8.5 minutes thereabouts to figure the question out and ask it. And we'll go back over here and brush on the microphone. Okay, well, keep me updated, Dylan, that way, because like I said, I don't mind, giving you, a little bit of a shout out here and there for, Well, what kind of, do you do gaming for people to watch you do gaming at ease? Or you just are interested in gaming and that's the subject of what you kind of have? The Neville brothers doing Fly Like an Eagle? Holy mackerel. That would be crazy. I like they did that, it was a song about Rosa Parks back in, oh man, this might have been the 80s. But yeah, I'll definitely look into that MSE. Sister Rosa, yeah. A little bit of everything, all right. If I could own anything in the world, I don't understand. I don't know what that would. I don't know, more guitars. Can I have it be a set of things? Maybe I could come up with a whole collection of Rickenbacker guitars that I would like to own. Well, Sam, what would you own if you could own anything? I don't know that owning stuff is, all that worthy of paying that much attention to be honest, though. All right, on. Every video game. Hazel Penny wants her games. Not just some of the games, but every game. Okay, now we're inside of 4 minutes. Top of the line pool table. All right. Now, do you like just playing straight pool, or do you like 9-ball, or do you like, well, there's a whole ton of billiards games. What's the one where it's like 3 balls? Man, I can't remember how you do that one. It's like either 2 red and 1 white or the other way, and it's about how many times you bounce around things and collide into things, and I don't remember how it works. I remember they had one of those billiard type tables at a bar I frequented it in the Netherlands for a brief period of time. I spent some time in Utrecht, and there's this guy that tried, well, he taught me a couple of times, but I just couldn't remember. He had to reteach me every time. I only played it maybe about a half dozen times while I was there, but oh, you're so again. Well, maybe if you run them down, you could, make some kind of complaint with the returns department and get your stuff back, man. All right, we're coming down under the 2-minute warning. It's almost happening. Not quite. Statutory refund. And there's some dogs upstairs yapping. I wonder what they're barking at. I don't think we broke 60 tonight. We got close to 60, but I don't think we got over 60 tonight. But, that's pretty good, though. We've been consistently getting a pretty decent crowd in here on a Saturday night. I mean, especially considering, a lot of people, like my biggest demographic is between 18 and 35, and the vast majority of that is men. So 8 o'clock on a Saturday night is, I don't know. Perhaps I should pick a different time, but it just sort of seemed like that for the people who regularly attended, that this was a good time to accommodate, the biggest number of people or something like that. I don't know. Oops, I just heard the bell go. All right, well, that's that. Okay, anything else before I run off with? I don't know, what am I running off with? I don't know. All right, you guys, well, I'm going to call that a successful stream. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for, just hanging out and all that. And I guess, well, you all know how this works, right? See you next week, Saturday at 8, and aloha, sibling.